Alright guys, I just wanted to show you how the broccoli and cauliflower is coming along. It's really doing outstanding. Here's the biggest head floret, and it is getting there pretty good size already. Getting the shadows here. And we've got a bunch of them. So it won't be too long before we're at least eating broccoli. This is the tomato plant I kept down under the lights in the grow room. I had been taking suckers, clones off of it, and then finally got it up here because it did have a tomato on it, and I got it wrapped because I didn't want to deal with losing it with frost. Here's one that did get hit by frost, but luckily I still had a sucker on it that's shooting up and doing really well. And these guys over here, the bush tomatoes, not quite so good, although I've got some stuff growing on it, some new sprouts, so we'll see how that turns out. Well, I got these Dutch buckets for $1.50 each. I'd prefer the beige, but what they had were the blacks. It was a good sale, although it was just a bucket, nothing else came with it. And I thought, well, I can rig up the siphon set up and get it going. So I tried two different components. I made this guy here. First it was this one, but it didn't drain very fast. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just go up in diameter and get a better flow, which it does, but then I lose siphon. This is inconsistent. Either there's an air leak or air gets trapped up in between these two, and then when the level gets right to this point on both of them now, it just loses its prime, and that's as far down as it goes, is to here. So I got to figure out a better way to do that. Okay, I got it figured out, and I've got some capillary cloth, a piece underneath and a piece wrapped around and over to act as a filter so debris doesn't get in circulatory system of the drain flow. And what I'm going to do is put some hydroton in here up to the shelf area, and then a little filtering material because perlite I'm going to use for the grow bed. So it'll be just to keep it separate. Okay, so now what I've done is I've got a stack of rags I bought real cheap, inexpensive stuff, and they're pretty porous, so I think, and they're cotton, so it'll make a good filtering bed between the perlite and the clay stone. We'll see how it works. I'm going to try a couple different materials with each pot, so we'll see. For those of you that may not know, perlite is mined, and it has the possibility of having arsenic in with it. So, and then it's powdered pretty heavily. So, to avoid clogging any drippers or the system up, especially the pump, I rinse it thoroughly. And believe me, there is a lot of powder in this stuff. Okay, I'm going to be preparing this tomato plant to go into the Dutch bucket. I'll be putting the high grow zyme and the kale and root stimulator in a bucket, and just kind of soaking it around a little bit, just to help clean the roots and to get them kind of stimulated to grow. It's not a bad tomato plant. I was going to save it down here for some of these clones, but I can grab them just as well from outside. So this is my next step. Okay, this is it. I've got on top of the perlite black fabric, your landscape fabric, the thicker grade, and then on top of that the coarser grade of cocoa fiber, just to help absorb and keep the top cool and moist. And then of course I cut off leaves and parts of branches to not have anything touching the top of the fiber. So the next thing is to get them up on the rails. See you then. Okay, so when you build this, the drain side, you need to make sure that you've got it plugged. So this to my right, okay, is the drain pipe, and what's facing down is going to be the leg. So this needs to be plugged. However you do that, I'll leave that up to you. I'm not going to explain that because we all need to learn from how we do things, but it definitely needs to be plugged so all of the drain water doesn't go down into the legs and leak out. Okay? Go for it. Okay, it's amazing how much time it took to build this, and trying to make it just right. And of course I think I screwed up because I'm going to bury the tote, and I think I've got the legs too high because, you know, the plants, the tomato plants that I'm going to be putting in here are going to be, well, the plan was to just kind of vine them over down the fence, but I don't know. We'll have to see. There's maybe too many, but we'll see. Alright, so I'll keep you guys posted. And here's the first one in the pot. And I gotta do the rest tomorrow. See you guys.